Let me get set up on Facebook. How y'all doing? Okay, there we go. Move y'all over here so I can go live at the same time. So let me tell y'all what's going on. I think it's live now. I broke my nail today. I don't know if y'all can see it, but on the side it's like cracked, and my skin is right there, like underneath, and I just cannot risk this thing breaking on me. And because I really want to keep my nails natural for a while, I'm going to do them myself. So I have to apply acrylic to this so it won't break any further until it grows out. But I'm not going to put a lot. I'm just going to put like a corner. So I'm going to use these, my nippers, and I'm going to use my fingernail clippers. And I'm literally about to cut my nails while I'm talking to y'all and fix them. So don't be alarmed. I figured I would kill two birds with one stone. I gotta cut these down because my nails, it sucks. These are my nails, but they're long, but they're kind of flimsy. And like when I took off the acrylic, these nails be flying everywhere. When I took off the acrylic, they asked me if I wanted to cut them down, and I was like, no, because I just wanted to keep my natural nails. But it's just not possible. Like once you get your nails soaked off, you might as well cut them nails because they're not gonna stay up. So they're about to look like this, and then I'm going to reshape them with this file. So let me just go ahead and do the other side. And I'm clipping it backwards like this because I have like skin under my fingernails. So for those of you who don't know, the technical sciencey term is eponychium. I have an eponychium, and not everybody has that, but I do. And then on your feet, it's called a hyponychium. So that's why if they go down too far, they can cut your skin. Where is this? Okay. So I'm just kind of agitated that my nail broke, but at the same time, I'm not surprised. So this one, I might have to add a little bit of acrylic to this one too. But it is what it is. I'm not too pressed. But I do have a topic. So let me put this list right here. And like I told y'all yesterday on IG, like, first of all, I was really pissed off. Let me just go ahead and preface it with that, because first of all, I didn't put that up to bash anybody. I was talking about my damn self. Like, I would never work 10 hours and then come home to a man. Like, why am I working 10 hours and then I gotta come home to a grown man and cater to you and your needs? I don't have the capacity to do that. And there are a lot of women who do it, but like I said, that's not even his wife. Some people were like, well, how do you know they don't have a plan? And so that's why I posted last night, like, I feel like y'all be having all these different kinds of thoughts, and you want to get more information about everything except the relationships that y'all be in. Why are you justifying some shit like that, but then when your boyfriend does something crazy, you don't even question it? Or you feel like it shouldn't matter for whatever reason, like y'all just justify all type of weird ass shit, and I don't like that. So I decided that on my platform, I was going to speak to women who are already leveled up. Now, I'm not going to lie. Facebook will be a combination because I'm about to open my Facebook group back up. And there are a lot of women who are not leveled up yet on my Facebook page, just from what I have observed in the conversations that I've had. So Facebook will be a combination. But Instagram, no more of the content related to like newbies. If you're not leveled up yet, or you're still working on your mindset, this platform is not for you. I'm just focusing on women who already know what they want, and they're just seeking strategy on how to get it. So today is going to be about strategy. But specifically, I wanted to talk about some of the things that I always hear or get from women. And it's namely like, how can I put it? It's namely things that you're going to have to deal with regardless, that you just don't know you'll have to deal with. So a lot of people say, well, I don't want to have to play games in order to get a man to do what I want him to do, or, you know, in order just to be able to get along with a man. And you have to understand, like, you don't necessarily have to play games with anybody. It's just if somebody's playing games with you, you have to be able to recognize their game and know how to counter it in order for you to survive. So I see it as survival. You know how they say all is fair in love and war? It's about strategy, you know? And if you're not getting what you want and that other person is, that is not a wise strategy. That relationship is supposed to be like an even exchange. So my first tip for you ladies is you got to go through the games first. How y'all doing? You got to go through the games first, right? And people are like, oh, I don't like going through that. Some of y'all will cut a man off in the talking stage because he says something sexual just to check your temperature. Now, if he's adamant, like, okay, you say, yeah, right, you don't even need to be thinking about that right now, and then he continues to press the issue, it's like, okay, yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. But for somebody to just say things like that, men are very sexual beings, and if he's attracted to you, he just might say something to check your temperature. Why? Especially if they're looking for, whether they're looking for a girlfriend or they're looking for somebody to just have sex with, they're still going to check your temperature. Because even if I just want to have sex with you, do you think that men go around just wanting to have sex with hoes? They might do it, but the majority of men, they don't want to have sex with a hoe. They want to have sex with somebody with some morals, because then if I get you, that means something. So, like, I don't know if y'all remember this. I'm going to put this acrylic on this one in a second. I don't know if y'all remember this, but, like, Desi Banks had this funny video. And it was talking about, like, when you bring a girl back and she's, like, from high school or whatever. And they was bragging and dapping each other up. And he was like, man, who you hit? Who you hit? And he said, man, I hit Kiara. He like, everybody hit Kiara, right? They don't, like, this is why a lot of girls get played, because, yeah, they do want to have sex, but they don't want to have sex with the girl that everybody can get. And sometimes it's not even that you a bad girl. Like, you might really be a good person, but he's just not looking for a relationship. So it's up to you if you want to sleep with him or not. And trust me, he'll get it from somewhere. Like, this is how I like to say it. And this is why I was explaining to you ladies that, like, during the talking stage, don't worry about who he's having sex with and what he got going on. Don't ask him no shit like that. That's not your business. I'm not worried about it, primarily because you won't be touching me. You got to get it from somewhere, right? That's what they be saying. I got to get it from somewhere. You got to get it from somewhere. So I'm not your lady. That's not my obligation. And I'm not putting myself in a situation where I'm sleeping with somebody that's not mine, because I just don't want the drama that come with that. You know, sex has consequences. And for me, I don't want to just have sex with somebody just because I'm still risking shit. I'm risking catching something, and I'm risking, I need to go get some paper towel. Hold on, y'all. Oh boy, that shit is about to go off. Okay, so I'm risking a disease. I'm risking getting pregnant by somebody that's not mine. You could dub the fuck out of me. And I'm not gonna lie, that's always been one of my biggest fears. Like, watching, Lord, them stairs. Watching people on TV where it's like, oh nah, that ain't my baby, da 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 da. Like, that shit is scary, bro. I don't know if y'all ever been through a situation like that. I really hope not. But that's just not something that I want for myself. And like, it's not to say that when you're in a relationship, people won't do that. Like, when you see Rashida and Kirk, their last baby, he didn't think that was his child. Where's my, here it goes. He didn't think that was his child. He got a DNA test on the baby, and they were married. Which, I mean, you could speculate because he was cheating. He was probably just insecure at the time and didn't really know. But shoot, if your husband can question paternity, what makes you think that a man you just sleeping with wouldn't do that to you? Even if he knows, like, you're not having sex with anybody else. I just wouldn't want to go through no shit like that, bro. I'm sorry. Even between partners, like, y'all gotta, this is my recommendation. You don't have to do shit. But my recommendation is, like, before you start having sex with somebody else, wait until at least 2 periods come. 2. Some of y'all be like, oh, well, my feelings are hurt and I just want somebody to be there for me and da 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 da. Well, if you're going to talk to somebody, talk to them. Go on a date. But don't have sex with them until that period comes, because then you'll know, like, I'm not pregnant. You don't want to be in paternity court. That shit is embarrassing, yo. And it's real. Like, it's really girls out here who don't know who they're pregnant by because, oh, you got your heart broken by this one. You couldn't manage your emotions, so now you want to go sleep with somebody else. Don't do that. It happens every single day. And this is why it's best to just keep that to yourself. Keep your legs closed. Just wait. You don't even know, you and your ex, you might want to get back with him, but if you have sex with somebody else and then you end up pregnant, now you got to tell him, well, when we broke up, this happened. Like, that's embarrassing. And you can literally ruin your relationship because y'all know men can't handle what we can handle. Well, I'm going to be real. I said we as in women because I'm a woman, but I can't handle no shit like that. I'll break up with you. If you have a baby with somebody else while we were broken up, I don't want to fuck with you no more. So just keep that in mind. There we go. So what I'm going to do after this dries a little bit, I'm going to file it. And this will keep that nail from breaking until it grows out. I'm so irritated by that shit, dog. I don't understand. But yeah, keep that in mind. So yeah, you gonna go through some games. I went off on a tangent, but you gonna go through some games dealing with these men. They gotta check your temperature. And don't take it personally. I used to take it personally and feel like, damn, yo, he trying to play me. Like, this nigga think I'm stupid for real. No, it's not that. It's not personal. They got to check your temperature to see what type of woman you are. And this goes for men who don't got no money, men who got it. Like, it don't matter. All them gonna test you. Trust me. Trust me. Them niggas with money, they'll test you even more because they're used to women who say yes to them for every little thing, or, you know, they don't really have no type of standards. Like, it's certain women, when they around a dude that they don't think has money, they got all the morals in the world. They got all the morals in the world. Won't have sex with nobody. Oh, I can't have sex with you unless I'm in a relationship. I can't do this and that unless I'm in a relationship. Da, 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 da. They got all these standards and rules. But when they dealing with somebody that got that bread, all that go out the window. All of it. Out the window. And they know that. So some women, because they're like that, he's going to check your temperature because it's like, oh, well, she already know I got that sack. I got that bag. So what's up? How's she going to act for it? You feel what I'm saying? So they got to check you. So the other thing... Hey, the other thing is you'll be tried in 2 ways. So yes, you got to go through the game, but you'll be tried in 2 ways. So you'll be tried with sex. They'll try to take your temperature with that. And then the second thing is the way you handle conflict. Now, some niggas childish with this shit. The ones that really don't know any better, they childish with it. They'll do stuff to piss you off on purpose to see how you gonna react, right? That's the most annoying and like emotionally immature thing that I feel like a man could ever do. Because you don't have to piss me off to check my temperature. Like, at some point while you talking to a person, especially if you giving it time, you gonna see what type of shit they on when they get mad. You don't have to piss them off on purpose to see that. That's weird. But some men just don't know how to, how to wait, really. You might be one of those people that are just a little bit more patient, so they just haven't seen you get mad yet, or they might not want to wait that long. And this is why a lot of dudes, when you get into a little situation with them, they jump off asking you all types of questions early, like, oh, well, how do you act when you're upset? Oh, well, what if I did this to you? What if I did that to you? And you just naming off scenarios. Well, now, if you cheated on me, I would cuss you out. I'd put my hands on you. If I'm in love, I might not break up with you. I might not do this. I might not do that. Whole time, he all in your head. He all in there because you giving them a lot of information. And sometimes they check your temperature just to see what you really gonna do. Like, oh, she said if I don't call her at 10:30, then she was gonna block me. Let me see if she blocked me. And then you answer, hello, with an attitude. And he like, I'm glad you ain't blocked me. I miss you. I'm so sorry. Please don't block me. Trying to act like he give a fuck. You just got your temperature checked. Right? Just got your temperature checked, baby. Okay, this is gonna have to do. I need to buff this now. That shit is wild, bro. Like, I was so mad, and I can't go get my nails done. Like, I refuse to do it because I'm really trying to grow out my real nails. So when I soak this gel thing off, that's pretty. When I soak this gel thing off, I'll probably do another gel manicure. We'll see. So, 2 ways. And so the reason why they test you in that way, number one, again, he has to see if you a hoe. And then he has to see how you handle conflict. Are you going to leave him? Do you get disrespectful? Are you the type of person that's going to key his car or go to his job, try to get him fired? Like, a man wants to know all that. The next thing is, it shows him how you allow other people to treat you. And how you allow other people to treat you is how that man feels like he can treat you. So, prime example, some of you say, oh, well, I told my ex that this, that, and the third. No, I told my boyfriend that this, that, and the third happened, in my last relationship, and I didn't like it. So I'm like, you told that man you let your ex try something that he couldn't try? And you thought he was going to be okay with that shit? You thought he was going to be okay with that? You thought he was supposed to be like, oh yeah, I feel you. You don't like that, so we don't gotta do it. Or you don't like being talked to that way, so I won't do it. But you let this other man do it, so why can't I? A man don't like to think that any other man did anything to you that he cannot do. Whether it's good or bad. They do not like that shit, because in his head it's like, nah. Like, they want to top that. They do. Even when it comes to sex, they want to top that. Don't be going in these relationships talking about everything that you did with your ex. That shit is weird. They do not like that. So that's what it tells them. And then in addition to that, they don't want no new rules. Like, if you got a preference of some shit, then have your preference, baby. But you don't got to tell that man why you have it. Y'all be wanting to explain, well, I don't like this because my ex did this, or I don't like this because I went through this. Like, they don't got to know all that. Your answer just might piss them off. Just have your standard and stick with that and keep it the fuck moving. Stop telling them all your business, all right? So the next thing, stop trying to hide. No, I have one more point there. Don't be a hoe. Okay, yeah. So when it comes to no new rules, y'all know how men be like, okay, you wanted to be a hoe in all these relationships, and then you get with me and want to be a saint, right? They don't like new rules. So how you let that man treat you is how I'm going to treat you. If your other men treated you good, I know I gotta treat you good. If these other niggas slutted you out, I want to slut you out. Like, they come into you for a purpose. You get what I'm saying? So it's no new shit, no new rules. Don't try to be a hoe over there and then come over here and try to be a wife to me. They don't like that. So just keep that in mind. All right, so the point number 3, stop trying to hide. So a lot of y'all come up here, you get some game, you start learning stuff, and you feel like, oh, well, I don't want him to know what I know, or I want to play stupid and da-da-da. Like, I'm going to be real with y'all. To a certain point, you can't play stupid. Just being honest. Like, that works for a while. And, you know, people say you can act, but there are certain things that when you really want a relationship, and this depends on your goal too, because if you don't really want that man for a relationship, you can play as dumb as you want. But when you really want to be with this person and you're seeking a companion, no way in hell, like, you can't sit there and act oblivious to every little thing. Some shit you're gonna have to check him on. That's just what it is. Or even like the way you respond to certain questions, he's eventually gonna pick up on the fact that you're not stupid. Especially when y'all are dealing with what y'all like to call high value men. Now, young guys, they kind of dumb, I'm not gonna lie. They a little stupid. But when it comes to young guys who are very intuitive, or an older man, you know, they've been around the block, they got businesses, like, they know what's up. Ain't no hiding that. So you don't have to hide your personality. All I'm saying is, don't hide your personality, but don't show all your cards. Well, damn, how do you do that, love? That means keep your mouth shut. Because your actions and your words should always match up. However, some things they're not going to know. Like, how can I put this? So even with married couples, you could be together for 20, 30 years and still don't know everything about them, right? Until they tell you and you be like, oh, wow, you did this? Yeah, I did that back in 1960, whatever, right? So with certain shit, a person's not going to know about you if you don't say it out loud. They don't have to know every little thing. It doesn't even necessarily have to be something bad. It could be an experience you had, like, oh, I went on this golf retreat back in 2014. Like, y'all want to tell everybody about all the great experiences you had, all the memories, and then you wonder why when it's time to end the relationship, you feel so connected. Y'all damn near be trauma bonded to them because you told them so much about you that it almost feels like you went through those situations with them. Does that make sense? And so in order to prevent yourself from being put in situations like that, or from showing like your entire hand, you gotta learn how to keep your mouth closed. And it's not difficult to do. So to help you with that, you don't need an explanation for who you are and what you do. You don't have to go in saying, oh, well, I do this because I've been hurt in the past or whatever. None of that is necessary. Just lay down the law, whatever that may be, when the problem arises, and keep it pushing. And then the other thing, ain't nobody stupid. Like, don't go in there trying to play somebody else. One of my great spiritual leaders told me that when you're manipulating someone else, you're being manipulated. When you think you're manipulating someone else, you're being manipulated. So just keep that in mind. That might go over your head. Hopefully it's going to sink in. But it's like, sometimes when somebody's doing something, they're not really paying attention to the other person and what's in their hand or what's on their mind, right? And to be honest, you shouldn't be, but you will miss the little things. It's just like when a man is cheating on his girlfriend and then she cheats back and he doesn't even know. Like, he's not even noticing she's not acting the same, or she bought new panties, or whatever the case may be. Like, he's not paying attention to that. He's being a manipulator and he's focused on trying to cover his own ass, and he's not looking at the fact that his relationship is failing before his eyes. All right. So that is what I have for you on that note. I hope that helped. I'm going to do way more strategy videos, but I just want y'all to be able to think strategically about some things. Sometimes all you have to do is slow down. That's literally it. And I say that because a lot of the times we feel like we have to jump up and make decisions right then, you know? So like even when a guy is like, oh, well, will you be my girl? You don't have to answer immediately. This even happens when people get proposed to. Like if a man asks you for your hand in marriage, you can tell him, I want to think about it. Like I need some time to think. That's a very legitimate thing. You see it on TV, you see it in real life, like you can think. It's a life decision to think about having a relationship with somebody. There's a lot of people who got into the wrong relationships and their lives are screwed because of it, babe. So don't think for 1 second that you have to date a person just because they like you, or you have to maneuver in a certain way because you don't know how they're going to act. Everything that you're involved in needs to serve you. It doesn't matter what it is. Now, don't get me wrong. When it comes to a relationship, yes, there will be some things that you and your partner will have to discuss. But again, everything still needs to be in your favor. So, prime example, let's say your husband says, all right, babe, well, I really want to start going back to school. And, you know, I'm trying to figure out how the bills can still get paid while I'm in school or blah, 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 blah. Maybe instead of you going to work, because hell no, instead of you going to work, you can take some of his money over the next 6 months to a year, put it to the side for him and plan so that the bills can be paid while he's handling his business with school. And that won't burden you. So that way you can still respect him. He's still paying the bills, but then he's fulfilling his dreams and he feels good about it. Does that make sense? Like, not everything that you quote unquote compromise on has to be self-sacrificial. You don't have to sacrifice yourself for the both of y'all to be happy with a certain outcome. So just make it make sense. Be patient with yourself. You know, if there's an idea presented and you're like, I don't know about this. It's just like if there's a major purchase. You go to Sam's Club and you see this really nice grill and y'all been planning on cooking out for the summer. And they say, ma'am, well, will you like to sign up for it today or get it financed? And you're like, oh, no, I have to talk to my husband. Think about it that way. Even though it might be your husband that you're dealing with, think to yourself, you know what? I need to talk to my husband about this first, right? So that way you'll be reminded that I don't have to make this choice right now. I can decide for myself that I want to wait. I want to give myself some time. I don't want to rush myself. I don't want to feel like anybody else is rushing me. I don't want to make decisions out of my emotions. Don't do that. Because for a lot of women who are on this level up journey, what fucks y'all up is when you meet somebody and you start liking them. Or you get with somebody and then you like them and then y'all start having sex. Right? Those emotions get involved. You start feeling more connected to them. So in order for you to not fall victim to a lot of things, you gotta already have in your mind what you want, have your plan, make sure that you're on your P's and Q's, because then you won't waver from that when emotions get involved. It's just like in the military. They have very strict training and stuff like that, right? They have very strict training because when emotions are involved, when you're out there and somebody has a gun to your head, or when you just watch your best friend get his head blown off, the first thing you're going to resort to is your training, right? So that's how you have to think about this level up. The first thing you're going to resort to is your training, the things that you're telling yourself, the things that you're reminding yourself, okay, well, when this happens, I do this. When this happens, I do that. And it probably sounds like very commercial or structured, but sometimes it has to be that way until you can feel comfortable just maneuvering on your own, you know, day to day. Like, it's natural for me now. Like, for me, dating is natural. Talking to a man is natural. Getting a man is natural. Being a great girlfriend is natural. Being able to see that this relationship is no longer serving me, that's natural. Walking out the door, even when I really care about this person, is natural for me. But that took time. It did. It took time. And so the objective for me providing these strategies to y'all is so you can understand, like, you have to keep pouring into yourself and keep programming yourself to keep your mind strong. Like I said before, you know, you can binge watch the videos. You can do a training. Maybe you need one-on-ones with me. You can do one-on-ones with another consultant. You can journal. Some people are just very, like, they can lead themselves onto paths like that. Not everyone wants to have consultations. So if you're able to do that, grab you a journal. Write down what you want for yourself, what you want for your relationships, and figure it out, right? So yeah, that's what I have for you ladies today. I'm about done with these nails. I can feel, yeah, that nail. There we go. So I think I'm finished. But yeah, I may need to do a top coat actually on these too, since I just filed them. We'll see how my nails react. But yes, now my nail is fixed. It's not broken anymore. I literally just put some acrylic on top and then did a top coat, a gel top coat. It's pretty thick, but I did a gel top coat to prevent it from breaking. So once it grows out, I'll be in the game. Lord knows. Came from nothing, you came out not looking back. That Money Bag Yo CD is so stuck in my head right now. So yeah, I'm about to go ahead and clean this up. I really want to go to the park and get some fresh air today. I'm gonna go. But I hope this video helped. If you made it to the end, please drop a pink heart in the comments. And feel free to comment or slide in my DMs and tell me something that you learned from this. Because this was my first time doing a real, like, strategy video. I don't think I've ever done this for y'all before. But yeah, I'm going to try to post this onto YouTube once again. And if that doesn't work, it'll be on my IGTV. All right. Peace.